It's an important part of the show.
Can't start the show
Pretty
until
sure
that
really.
isn't
You
in
don't
the
even
rules.
see the pants. So
I know. I'm pretty sure that isn't in the rules. Last I checked. So,
But
yeah.
all I saw was clothes
Skin.
swinging. So I'm going,
I didn't want to get you too worked up there, Kelly.
Oh, thanks. All right. Looks like we're live.
Yay, live. We're not dead. That's good.
Yay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 499 for March 22nd, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly.
I'm Adriel.
That's you, Dave.
I'm scrolling, damn it. I'm Dave.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Mo.
Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's episode 499.
Ooh, so close.
One more
So
to the
close, I
big
can almost
5
taste it.
0 0, half a century.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of episodes. 499 is a lot of episodes.
It is.
Yeah.
So
we all had less Grace hair when we started.
We had less. Gosh.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Dave, you're not always with us. Why don't you go first with what you did in Guns this week?
I'm still typing what I did in Guns this week so I can remember.
So,
fine. I was down at the Toronto Sportsman Show. Now that I've been highlighted, I have no choice. I've been thrust into it. I was down at the Toronto Sportsman Show with the Ontario Rifle Association, helping to run the booth alongside we split a booth this year with the Ontario Council of Shooters. So the Trap and Skeet people were there. There was somebody else there I can't remember the name of, and the University Shooting Federation wasn't there, but there was a table with their brochures, but there was nobody at it. So I was handing it their brochures and throwing their really huge t-shirts at people because all they dropped off was extra large t-shirts. I'm like, here, kid, have this. It'll make a good tent.
Hey, at least it's something.
So that was fun. It's something. It's swag. It was nice. We didn't have swag at the ORA booth. We were giving away an intro day, which is a 300-yard range day. So that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we had no swag. So next year we need to get some swag. I don't know. Although I did have a lot of people steal my pens because I had pens sitting there for people to fill it out. And every so often somebody would just walk by and grab a pen. I'm like, enjoy your Bic.
Was it branded?
No, it wasn't branded. It was just a Bic pen. So I'm like, they're going to get home and go, what the hell? Bic was at the show. So I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff because, oh my God, it was so busy. Holy crap. Like even, it was madness. I've never been down there. We were in Hall 1, which is the smaller hall, and they had 1, 2, and 3. And there were thousands of people there. Like even the lineup in the morning was damn near out to the hall door. Like it was crazy. It's probably almost, I don't know, 150, 200 people in line, like at 8:30 in the morning. That was nuts. So talked to a lot of people, really promoted the ORA, talked up the University Shooting Federation as well, told every kid I saw that you need to make sure you pick your university, whether it has a shooting club or not. That is the primary thing. Forget the program. Who cares about that? Do they shoot? That's the big thing. And saw Ian over at Vortex, a couple other guys at Vortex. They had a big booth there, which was great. Dropped by and saw them for a couple minutes. Apex not Apex. Damn it.
The other A, Athlon.
Yeah, Athlon Optics had a booth there, so stopped and chatted with them, chatted with the guys at Wolverine. Tactical teacher Barney was over at the Wolverine booth, so
was
saw
he?
him a couple times. He was.
Oh.
Yeah, so nice to see Barney. I haven't seen him in 3D for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a bunch of ORA members, which was great. Had a bunch of our guys come by. And got to hang out with some of our match directors. A couple of them were there on Friday, which was nice. And who else did I see down there? Guy from a game farm came by that I can't remember the name of, but he's down by the Big Apple, down off the 401. So he was a super nice guy. Chatted with him for a little bit. Bird's Eye View, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Bird's Eye something. And super nice fella. And saw Tracy. Got to shake hands with Tracy. Yay. She was walking around shaking hands. So got to see her and Colin. So that was super cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so did that. Had my precision rifle there on Thursday, so it's fun having the kids go, is that a sniper rifle? Yes, it is, actually. It's a Remington 700 Police. and then busted out the Tavor on Friday. So I had lots. It was cool. Lots of kids wanted to take photos holding the Tavor, so I had a little spot cleared so they could get a photo against the RA booth and not pointed at anybody. So that was lots of fun.
Nice.
And yeah, it was a great show. Really enjoyed it. And then Sunday I went up to the East Grey Hunters and Anglers, which is up by Meaford, and joined up there. So I have a gun range again that I can go shoot at on a regular basis. So
That's awesome.
Nice folks up there. Yeah, really nice folks up there. And Barney, tactical teacher, just joined up there a couple weeks ago. And a bunch of our listeners are members there, including Adam, who's on the board. So yeah, so thanks to everybody up there. It was super cool. Very nice. Adriel, what have you been up to?
Well, I went to a 3-gun match. That was a lot of fun. Weather was fantastic. Oh my God, it was gorgeous for a March match.
Not minus 40?
No, it was pluses a little bit. I think it was like
Pluses.
+4.
Wow.
Clear, sunshiny day, snowy and icy, but clear, sunshiny day.
Amazing.
That dry fire helped. Did some dry fire before the match, and there was some rust. There was some rust that needed some knocking off, and that dry fire really helped. And I did pretty good. I didn't get like first on every stage. I had a couple of pretty catastrophic shotgun jams. I think I've never cleaned the barrel on my shotgun. I think the chamber's gotten a little bit crusty, and I had a couple of hard extractions where I had to literally take the charging handle and ram it against some things to extract that shell.
What are you shooting?
Shotgun, 12 gauge, Browning A5.
Oh, okay.
It had gotten crusty. I've never cleaned the chamber, never, and needed it. So
Yeah.
I had 2 of those on 2 different stages, and slowed me down. That slowed me down a bit, just having to ram my shotgun against wooden and plastic objects.
You're just not able to chamber, or it wasn't extracting? Or...
Wasn't extracting.
Oh, so you had to reefer back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, but luckily the ram the stupid thing against a wooden table or whatever works like a charm. So that worked fine. And everything else went great. I had my kid out, my oldest, and he was shooting the Glock, and he had an army helmet on the whole time, and shot with that on.
Nice.
He's working on a video right now for Utreon. Well, I've got the plain match video up, but he's working on like a more memey one with him and me in it that he's going to be putting up on Utreon as well. And then we're putting a teaser up on YouTube, which is like a minute of. Yeah, just him and I shooting it, and it was a good time. Ian Runko was out there shooting as well. Got to
Nice.
row him. Yeah, and it was just really great seeing all the guys, because I think the last 3-gun match I had was in November, and we were like, "Are we even going to do this anymore?" Like, if semi-autos go away, maybe it's going to be bolt action rifles and that kind of thing. So
shoot everything you can while you can.
Yeah, that's definitely the way I'm approaching it, which is also why I'm shooting another 3-gun match next weekend, and one after the weekend after that.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, just cranking them in there. Let's see. Just trying to think more about the match. My stage plans went fine. Nothing too complicated on the stages anyways. Because it was icy and snowy, they went with like a simplified stage style, which I really liked, because it was very easy to reset. It was very easy to get into position. You weren't going to win because you had like better traction on the ice than someone else. You're going to win because you're shooting faster, which I think the shooting sports should be like.
That's nice.
Yeah. There's the right kind of stages for a March match. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, it's a good time. I saw a couple of guns out there that I just wanted to comment on. So I saw an ACR, a guy shooting one of those, a guy shooting a Crusader Templar. The Templar was nice. It's kind of heavy though. It's kind of heavy. It's got a very tall forend, and if you compare it right against an ACR, it's actually very, very similar.
Yeah,
but the ACR is quite a bit more, right?
Double the price, probably.
I like the stock on it. Like this, the way that the stock fits on it is very nice. Oh, and speaking of, yeah, I'll mention that in new gun stuff. But there's an ACR alternative manufacturer in the US, and some of their stuff is starting to show up in Canada. So
Oh, really?
that might be, imagine
like-
a non 180 aftermarket in Canada.
Damn.
Another option.
For under
Cool.
$4,000? Whew.
Yeah. They're still not cheap. but interesting.
expensive, though.
What's that? Sorry, Dave?
They're not CZ expensive, though.
No. I've been like getting some maple seeds scheduled, so I've got one scheduled for Blindman Valley, which is kind of in Red Deer. I've got one for Fort Mac. I had to open up a second day in Kananaskis because the first day sold out like that, and which is good because if I'm gonna make that drive, I'd rather just do two.
Yep.
Yeah, and 3-gun match this weekend at Sherwood Park. So I have to get the match book done for that, as I am match directing that one. So yeah, got to get that out there. And that's my oldest is going to go out to that one too. So we're going to shoot that one, and then I think for the 3-gun match afterwards, I'll take my younger son to that one, just so that I'm not being so preferential with both of them, and I get the younger one out to some as well. But no, great match. Cleaned some guns afterwards, and I did some organization, like moving around some ammo and that kind of thing, because I've been doing some more videos on. I've got a video on Utreon that'll be coming up soon. That's on like beginner reloading for beginners, and the aforementioned other stuff I'm going to put on there as well. All the videos I didn't do because I couldn't do it on YouTube. I'm starting to crank those out and put them on Utreon instead. That's about it for me. What about you, Kelly?
Not as busy as last week, but still doing some stuff. This weekend I'm going to be going out to that pheasant hunt with Kelly and a bunch of ladies.
Fun.
So taking the 28 gauge. So I only have target load right now, but SFRC has some of the shells that I need, but they're $41 a box, and I need 2 boxes.
Oh, ow!
Wow.
It's like rifle pricing.
Yeah, I'm going. Good Lord.
Well, at least you can get the ammo.
Mm-hmm. So I did pay off the rest of. We put down a deposit on it, and then we have to pay for the rest of it. So I did that this week as well. Picked up my small game license, getting ready for it. And yeah, so the other thing that has happened with Project Maple Seed, we got our slings in. So those are up on the website. Slings and swivels, actually, both of them. So go on over and get them if you need a sling. And yeah, so what else? I was thinking about something else that I did that was actually pretty important. Oh yeah. So on our Facebook page, as well as my page, everybody else's page is I've been chatting with Rick Kedebeck from RPS, Canadian Rimfire Series. So Vortex, speaking of Vortex, they are sponsoring women and children can shoot the CRPS matches for free, and then also any training sessions, one-day sessions beforehand too. So Rick contacted me and asked me to, spread the word about it. So I've put it on our Facebook page, my page, into our women's groups, and people are starting to share it. I've been getting messages. I'm going to be forwarding them on to Rick. But yeah, people are interested, especially ladies. Again, it's all ladies that this is for. They can go out and shoot a match for free. And yeah, it's going to be fun. And
You should get that set up for Maple Seeds.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. We need to actually do that. I've been thinking about how I can do that. So yeah. And that's about it for me, I think. I don't think I've done anything else. I didn't get out to the range, but yeah, I think that's it. Mo, what about you?
On Sunday, I went to an ORPS match in Stittsville. I carpooled with my friend Gabriel and his daughter.
Yep.
And it was not Alberta warm weather. It was -7 or 8 in the morning, but it was really with the wind, -17 or 18. So I take the rifle out. I go to zero it, right? Like something you do, everybody does like pre-match. And the light primer strikes again. So I'm like, hey, I tried another mag, and that it didn't go off, and I packed it up, and then I ended up just spotting and timing for the squad, and I just hung around, and everybody's so nice, and they're all like, oh, you shoot this rifle, shoot that rifle, and I just want to shoot my own, so I kept saying no.
Oh, Mo.
It's like when Elaine from Seinfeld wouldn't take off the winter coat. I was just that's
Mo.
how I am. So anyways, but it ended up being a pretty good experience, because at least I got to practice the spotting part of it. It's something I haven't done much, so I kind of put a little effort into that, and even like just like kind of visualizing the targets and stuff, but I didn't get to shoot. So anyways, as soon as I got home, I put the heavier spring in. So, but now the problem with that is that I was looking and I'm like, okay, so I need a cold day to test the heavier spring, and now it's warming up. So I guess I'm not going to find out how it works until next winter. But so because my next match won't be for a few more weeks. Brad asked if I've attended now 2 ORPS matches and haven't been able to shoot either one. So I've been there in what do they say, body and spirit, but not in rounds down range. So
you know what? Sometimes it's not a bad thing to observe the match and just see how it all works.
Yeah,
I mean, not a big deal when you're shooting.
It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a total loss, and I got to meet and talk to a lot of people, and everybody is great. Like, it is an amazing community. And to what Kelly was saying earlier, like the whole sponsorship, and there's 2. So there's a Rimfire Academy, one in Avonmore and one in Stittsville. They're both like Eastern Ontario-ish, and there's a couple spots left. So definitely, if whoever's listening and wants to try it out, come out. I'm going to be going to the Avonmore one in April. So that's that. And then one of the guys that I met there, Greg, he's the one that made me this nice shirt that I'm wearing tonight. And
Nice.
so for the people, that'll be listening, it's got a nice big Slamfire logo on the front, and it's got, Kelly will be happy because it's got a Project Maple Seed.
Nice.
On the
Greg CC made that.
Yeah, that's right. So his company is Sparta Pewter, and they make this kind of stuff. So I'll give him a plug. He's not paying me to do this, but anyways, and I'm really happy with it. So I'll wear it proudly at the matches. Like, I'm not going to represent well because I'm terrible, but at least I'll wear the shirt. And then my ammo that I ordered from Tenda, I got the SK Standard Plus arrived. So I now have plenty of ammo to actually do these matches. I just need warmer weather and a working gun. So that's really it for me. I'm looking forward to like actually doing these matches. It seems like a lot of fun. So that's that. How about you, Kyle?
Well, it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. So since I was last on, I've flown back to Grand Prairie, grabbed my truck, loaded up with my guns, my studio, and everything, and drove back down to New Mexico. Stopped in Gillette, Wyoming, visited buddy Brent at Hammer Armament. So we hung out late into the night there the one night, and he was making some holsters, and I was drinking his beer. So
Fair trade.
Yeah. And so got back to Carlsbad, spent the night in the hotel. Then I got the keys to the apartment. So finally in the apartment, and kind of half got my system set up because I finally got internet today. So I even got good internet, and yeah. But last weekend, right after I got the keys to the apartment, I unloaded the truck, loaded it back up, and drove to Phoenix for Superstition Mountain, Mr.
Nice.
3-Gun.
Yeah.
It's been a long week. I'm actually happy to be back at work and getting a full night's rest and not having to drive. I think looked at it. It was over 5,000 kilometers last week.
Oh my god.
Wow, dude, you're like Trudeau, except he'd be taking his plane.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check the truck, but yeah, it was definitely over 5,000 kilometers.
Wow,
and,
That's a lot of driving.
yeah, and usually I have someone with me, but this was all solo, so.
It makes for a long trip.
Yeah. But Superstition was good, as always. Interesting. They've really started, I don't know if it's just because of desire or what, but they're really pushing the 2-gun. And other divisions are hurting. It's diluting the competition. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. Like, normally Tactical has anywhere between 160 to 180 shooters, and this year there was less than 75 shooters in Tactical.
Really?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. But and not a lot of 3-gun stages. Pretty much every stage was just 2 guns and dictated that way. There wasn't even a whole lot of there was a few option stages, but pretty much you looked at it and it was it's shotgun, not pistol. But overall, still great match. It was good to see everybody again. We ended up with a little bit of a different squad than I normally do. Normally I try and squad with some pros and some different people, but this year we had basically a Canadian squad. Because there was a bunch of people from Edmonton that came down. And so yeah, it was good.
Well, it was down there. Devo, Craig.
Devo didn't make it down, so there was Craig, Sam, Josh, and Chris, you're on. So
Cool.
yeah, and then 3 other guys on our squad. So we actually ended up with the small squad. We only had 8 people on our squad. So we went through pretty good. Almost made it through the match without a train wreck. The last stage of the match for me, just it ended up being bad, and I was not happy. But it was definitely so normally Superstition.
You can't tease us like that. What happened?
I'll get to it.
We need more, Kyle. We need
I'll get
more.
to it. I'm not doing the greatest match review right now, but I'm trying. Normally Superstition is a lot of technical stages, some fast, but it seemed this year was a big emphasis. It was a shoot fast and movement match, it seemed. Just the way the stage is set up, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all finding the most efficient way to get through the stage. But there was a few more memory stages than normal. And memory stages, I could take them or leave them. But then they threw in a mystery stage. So we got to walk. Yeah, so we got to walk through, and it was set up like a memory stage with a whole bunch of barrels and crossing alleys and everything. But after every shooter, the ROs would go back and start moving targets and no shoots around, so you never knew what actual presentation you were getting.
Cool.
Surprise.
Sounds like fun.
I was definitely not looking forward to that one. That one actually, and I ended up having one of the setups where you had to travel the furthest. So my pistol, you started out with the pistol, and I actually had to go past the dump bin to get my last target. And it ended up being, actually, I really can't complain about that stage because I got the 3rd fastest time in my division tactical on that. So out of 75 shooters. And then there was another stage where I ended up 4th fastest in tactical, and then another one where it's 9th, and then the rest of them were all like throwaways, like 40th, and I think there was, my last stage was even further down, but yeah. Yeah, so it's a rust match for sure, but I had some good stuff in it. The last stage, I was feeling really good because of course, I'm looking at the standings. Going into the last stage on Sunday, I was sitting in 15th place in tactical. And of course, this is actually one of the 3-gun stages, and it was 3 bays. So we shot our pistol on 1 bay. We had 2 activator poppers and a max trap double presentation drop turn and a single presentation drop turn. We would run over to the next bay, shoot our shotgun. We had 8 shots. So 2 poppers on the outside and then a plate rack mixed in a few barrels. So you basically just walked across the shooting area and you were able to get everything. And then you had probably about 100-yard dash up the hill to a car where you had 8 long-range steel that went out probably about 300 yards. And then you had to do the whole thing again from the back of a truck.
Oh.
So, I was looking at, I'd seen the standings, and all I had to do was just survive that stage. I figured, make some decent hits on the long range and just survive it. So, played it safe on the pistol. There were some guys doing double activator, max trap, single presentation drop turn, double presentation drop turn. And there was lots of time to do it, but I was like, I'm going to play this one safe because I just have to survive. Waited for what felt like forever. I should have just gone for it, but got through that, got through the shotgun nice and smooth, dumped my shotgun and start tearing up the hill to grab my rifle and then finish the run up to the car. And I heard something drop behind me and instantly thought it was my shotgun, because my shotgun is actually, when it's down here, a little long for the dump barrels. So if you were really aggressive with dumping it, it could actually knock that barrel over or potentially fall out. So I had thought, oh crap, that dump barrel just knocked over. My gun went out of it. I'm going to get DQ'd, but kept running. Didn't hear anything, so kept running. Got up to the car, reached for my rifle mag because we were unloaded on the rifle because of having to run up the hill. And so it was really nice because they said, yeah, it's a stick until you load the mag into it.
Oh.
So you didn't have to worry when you were doing your run. But go to grab my mag and insert it, and I notice it's my 30 rounder without the extension. So this is my backup mag. That's kind of interesting. That was on the inside of my pouch, but okay. Trying to catch my breath, and I didn't make the greatest shots and got through the car section, got up to the truck, and I got 3 targets in on the 8 target array from the truck, and I went dry. Hand went back to grab a mag, and there was no rifle mag there. It had fallen out as soon as I took off, because I don't go for leisurely jogs on those. I tear off sprinting. So, and I had been checking the retention of it, and it seemed like it was fine. But yeah, so I got 5 FTEs on that stage. So that alone cost 75 seconds, and I think it put me like 140th in tactical and dropped me down to 26th place in tactical. So
crap.
It was a bad oopsie.
That's like, you just have to survive this, and nope, I just forever sleeped on this stage. Yeah, major oof. So
oops.
Yeah, but it was still a great time. Prize table is always good, and this is one of the times even my placing, I was like, oh, there might be a gun on the table, and all that was there for full guns when I went up was IWI Masadas. Sure, all right, but I ended up picking up AR receiver, lower receiver,
Nice.
Arrow Precision.
Oh, very nice.
Love it. You went to a match and you pulled an AR receiver out of there.
Yeah.
Everyone is jealous.
Of course.
$100 prize, but we're all jealous.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's
I
the
saw that.
manufacturer?
It's Arrow Precision.
Oh, nice. They're
Yeah.
great.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice receiver. It's their Kodiak brown anodized,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few pieces of their stuff. It's a nice kit.
Craig picked up some stuff, so I'm storing some stuff for him. This was funny. He picked up a KE15 lower. So it's a plastic lower with the molded buttstock. And then they paired it with a complete upper, but a 308 upper.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I have a 18-inch 308 upper sitting here that I'm probably going to end up building something with, and then just replace it with the AR-15 lower upper for him.
Upper, yeah.
Nice.
So the Thursday night
brand on the
before, it's Arrow as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, we Craig and I also hit up Ben Avery for the Cactus practical handgun shoot the Thursday night before Superstition. So that was cool. And I had driven by the Ben Avery range, but never went in. It was definitely interesting driving across the middle of the 1,000-yard range just to get to the pistol base.
Drive fast.
You're thinking, okay, they got berms on either side. No, they just got gates there, and you're down this center of the wide open 1,000-yard range, and okay.
Wow.
But
You need a flag,
awesome.
like the little flag at the back of your truck while you're driving across.
The buggy whip, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun night, and yeah, back here now, and apparently there is a USPSA match in Roswell on Saturday, so I might make my way up there for that because that's an hour away. So I'll have to buy my USPSA membership before then. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'd
can go
like
and
to
check
hear
that out.
what that's all about. How
Tinfoil hat. Wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
He's already an alien. He's just not an illegal alien. He's a legal alien.
And then there's a gun show here in Carlsbad this weekend too. So I'll probably check that. I got told we got gun shows here pretty much every 2 months. So
nice.
yeah,
Time to make some straw purchases.
but you know,
They sell
the
straw
weather
down
there
there?
was
Cool.
Mo was mentioning the weather, so I wanted to
Oh
kind
God.
of touch on that. It was a little cooler shooting in Phoenix this year. Normally we have the 80, 90s, and it barely touched the 80 degrees in.
Oh,
Barely.
you poor thing. Only
Sorry, we don't talk in Fahrenheit.
Sure you do.
Yeah, I know.
We do both because we're weird.
Yeah.
Because we're Canadian.
And the one last bit of news, which I think goes into what we're going to talk about for main topic, but found out about what's going to happen for IPSC Shotgun Worlds and Team Canada.
Oh. You
Yeah.
want to talk about an hour or then?
I'll talk about this part of it now
Okay.
because it makes my mind up on certain plans. So basically from what I saw was that there's no funding. They're not sending an official Team Canada to Worlds. So we got an email saying that it was basically like 2 weeks to send them $1,000 for the match fee in order to secure a spot. So at this point, that date has passed. I couldn't afford to do that in such short notice. So Shotgun Worlds and Team Canada are out as of right now.
You can't apply to be part of Team USA now.
Considering last Worlds, Josh Freilich didn't earn a slot on Team USA and then won the entire match, I don't really think they'll have a shot to get on the team.
How did Freilich not get a spot?
Their classification and deciding who got on the team was totally messed up. And after that one, they looked at it like, maybe we should
Fix that.
look at this a little bit because missed selection for the team, and then he literally won the entire Worlds.
wow.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you just need to claim refugee status on the team.
yeah.
Claim asylum.
But I'm sure there was more, but that's it for me for now.
That's it for you for now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody's had a turn. Dave, you talked
Dave.
about Dave.
Yeah, we did talk.
Dave went.
Yeah. He
Dave
talked
went.
about going to the sportsman show.
Mhm.
Yay. Okay, so let's get into upcoming events. Yeah. So everything is gone except for it's just being deleted right now. So
We talked about it last week.
I know, but you can still promote it more. It's April 15th. It's something important if you want to. Only if you want to, though, Adriel.
Chat.
Yes.
Well, you know what?
That's
It's
aggressive.
important that we get more women shooters in because on the whole, there are vastly fewer women gun owners and vastly more women vote for parties that don't like guns. So
Correct.
I think that getting more females in the shooting sports is super important.
Mhm.
And Chaz Ladies Day, April 15th.
Correct.
Yeah, somewhere in
Yeah.
April there.
Nice.
Yes.
Get
Oh.
some ladies out to some of those things. Even if you don't think they're going to own guns, they should try it out in an environment that's perfect for it.
Well, at
Lots
least
of
then
women
they know
there.
When they hear the bullshit, they know it's bullshit.
Mhm.
I have another ladies' day to announce too.
Oh, what's happening?
Wapiti Shooters Club is having
Oh.
a ladies' handgun shoot on April 20th from 7 to 9 p.m.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, $40. Everything's supplied.
Very
Excellent.
good.
Chaz Ladies Day is $75. Everything's supplied as well. Yay.
There will be, if I know Chaz, there'll be more than just handguns. That'll be like rimfire,
everything.
long
Yeah.
range, shotguns, just everything.
Good.
Yep.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Awesome. If you have an event that you'd like us to tell everybody about, send us an email at slimefireradio.com and we'll put it in there. News. Adriel, you put the first one in here, so why don't you tell us all about it?
The BCL
Hold on.
Siberian
I have to
recall.
practice my shocked face.
What? They had a recall?
The golf
Okay.
clap? Can we do the golf clap?
Yeah.
I'd be more shocked if the news was BCL works perfectly.
Oh,
Gen
ouch.
1 out of the
Ouch.
box
Ouch.
does not destroy bolts, will not blow up in your face. So the issue here is in some of their rifles, the firing pin was sticking forward, and then when the bolt went to close, it would fire before the bolt lugs had locked in, and that was breaking the BCGs. That was breaking the bolt carriers because they were flying back at like Mach 2 and wrecking, and that pin from the cam pin was beating the heck out of the BCG as well. So their solution to all of this is fucking madness. They've got a custom firing pin that the
It has
firing
a coupling. It has a
pin.
yeah.
It has two rings on it,
Yeah.
and that's where you put the retaining pin through. And the back of it is too thick now to put the pin on. So they made this custom solution to a custom problem when they should.
Yeah, that poor cotter pin is just gonna get beat up.
It's
I guess
such
as
a
long as it
weird
works
solution.
and it doesn't
No,
break
Dave,
something
no,
else.
no.
I guess.
No
I
one
don't
else
know.
does this. No one else
I know.
has solved this non-problem doing this way. Whenever like there's hundreds of AR manufacturers out there, none of them have thought like, you know what? Let's make this firing pin like real weird. Let's put like 2 donuts on it. Like no one's done that because there's no reason to. So if you
What I
find
don't
yourself like
get-
going down this path, you got to like stop yourself and just say like,
Why did the firing pin stick forward was my question. Why are they
maybe it
sticking
was too
forward?
long.
They
Maybe
shouldn't
it was
stick forward.
sticking in the bolt.
Poor
Like there's
machining.
all,
Cheating shit
Yeah.
inside
Yeah.
there's
of
all sorts of reasons why that might happen, and it's just. Anyways, if you have a Gen 1 BCL Siberian, you need to contact BCL. They will send you a new firing pin, a new weird firing pin. Make sure your cotter pin is sturdy.
A proprietary firing pin.
thick. You need a thick firing pin.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this article from the CBC, The Path of a Gun?
Nope. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet,
Oh,
but I'm looking forward to reading it
Super
now.
happy about
It's
it.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
What was that?
wait.
I don't know.
Positive?
No, accurate. I wouldn't say positive. I'd just say accurate.
okay. Okay.
So
mentioned
they
that
talk
90%
about.
fire. Sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead, Dave. You've got
They
the byline there.
CBC in the article mentions that 90% of crime guns seized in Tirana are from the U.S. smuggled in
What?
illegally.
What?
I know, right? It's not like 1% or 50% or anything. It's 90%, as we all freaking know. It's actually in a CBC article. I'm shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
That's the accurate part. There's some little bits and bobs in there that I kind of like. They accurately portray like what's going on, but there's a couple of things that I would have liked to have seen in there that they don't do. Like the kind of I'm just going to present just so people can see what it's like a special episode kind of an article that they made where they did some investigative journalism to find out like how do these guns come up to Canada and how do they get here and whatnot. So basically they buy them in the States and specifically in Texas. These ones were bought in and they bring them up to Canada. And this guy tried getting it over on a boat, a 16-foot motorboat.
Yeah.
Cornwall. So it's
Shocking.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Shocking. Good spot.
It's one that's known to have this happen. So typically,
Cornwall. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. See Monos. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I'll just pretend this is somewhere near
Now,
Toronto.
the funny thing is, he got what did they say he got? 18 months? Or is he the one that got 6 months? One of the smugglers they talk about in here got 6 months.
The guy one of the guys in the
it was his
U.S. got
brother.
18 months.
Sorry, the guy that was smuggling, 2 of his brothers were also involved in gun smuggling and drugs and stuff. And one of them got 6 months for carrying a handgun. And this dude got, for smuggling all those handguns, God knows how many else he smuggled, and he got 18 months. And then he wouldn't talk to the cops and tell them anything about where he got them. I'm sorry. You're going to jail until you open your face. Have a nice day.
And he was smuggling before. He was serving part of an 18-month sentence. He got out on parole. The Ottawa police were like, "Hey, we don't think this guy should be on parole." And then he immediately, over the objections of the Ottawa Police Service, they granted him day parole. Weeks later, he was already getting back up to his old tricks of smuggling handguns in.
Shocking.
Yep.
Imagine if he was in the U.S. and convicted of something with respect to a firearm.
Well, you don't have to guess because there's a guy up here who was selling guns at gun shows, and some of these guns made it up to Canada, and he got 18 months in federal prison. But that's his first offense. This is this guy's,
right?
I don't know, second,
50th.
Yeah,
a millionth or something.
No, I'm just saying that U.S. laws are significantly stiffer than Canadian laws. Especially with firearms.
Really strange though, because we don't typically see balanced reporting from the CBC on guns. It's usually not balanced. So it was weird to see like investigative journalism where they're like, oh, 90% of our crime guns are coming from the US. Here's how they're coming in. It's very weird to see like just factual reporting.
Yeah, not politicized. It was odd.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I did notice about that article, I remember that the Liberals, when they removed the mandatory minimum for smuggling guns for the second or third time, they did mention that they had vastly increased the maximum penalty to like 15 years or something.
Right.
Now, is my math right, or is 18 months less than 14 years?
The maximum was never going to be used. The minimum would have been used.
Come on.
I know, but that was the argument the Liberals made, right? Oh, we haven't reduced the penalties, we increased them.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
The primary argument they gave was that it was disproportionately affecting Indigenous and people of color, which it probably is, but it's a standard minimum. And I think and really like that the mandatory minimum is not designed to do that. A mandatory minimum is designed to we don't trust our judges. They're giving people too light of sentences. Therefore, we want mandatory minimums. Really, it's a band-aid solution. It shouldn't be what we're doing. What we should be doing is better incentivizing or penalizing judges and parole boards when they get it wrong. Because this parole board let this guy out, and they suffer no repercussions because they got it wrong. Someone should get fired. Someone on that parole board. Oh yeah, whoever was pushing hard for this person to get out on parole, like you fucked up. You got to lose your job. Like, but there are no repercussions because there is no accountability in that. The cops can pick them up all they want.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
bet you those parole board people still have their jobs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, on that happy note.
Anyways, go check it out. It's an okay read by the CBC.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I shall.
we'll post it on our social medias. Well, that way we can. Yeah, you don't have to look that hard. All right, CCFR legal fund donations. Hey, it's almost that time. April 11th to the 20th, the CCFR, as well as all of Canada, will be in court with our government in Ottawa. So if you haven't already done so, go join the CCFR, go donate to the CCFR, go support the CCFR, because right now they're going to be fighting for us. And yeah, so you can also send them an ENT at finance@firearmsrights.ca to help them out as well. But yeah, I say go become a member, go donate, go do all the stuff.
I've been liking their little shorts that they've been putting out on YouTube. They've been putting out like 5-minute videos.
Yeah.
Now, that's not Zoomer Brain. That's just, I appreciate a short video that gets right to the point on what they want to talk about.
Yes,
but I like it.
It's specifically designed that way too, because attention span.
They're just pulling from their podcast and doing clips.
Correct.
We should do clips.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
All right. New gun stuff. This is allowing us to take clips out of it. Yeah. Okay. New gun stuff is brought to you by Bullseye North. Need a new boomstick? Bullseye North is Canada's shooting superstore and a proud supporter of the CCFR with a wide selection of guns and top trending gear for any shooter. Free shipping over $200. Some exclusions apply, like ammo. Subscribe to their weekly newsletter to get the first access to the hottest deals. I'm signed up for that. I have. Oh crap! This is old stuff.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No. I put new stuff in there.
Hot New Deal Wednesdays.
Oh, I didn't. I don't. I just.
I put that in last
week. I just do this stuff here. No. I'll talk about the new stuff. How about that?
Why don't you talk about the new stuff, and then I'll go find something to talk about for Bullseye North.
How about this? They got 20% off Ely.
Oh, you know what? They do have 20% off Ely, and I posted that on our Facebook page yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. That sale ends tonight. So if you want some Ely, check them out over there.
I do have a bunch of ammo sales too. I'm just looking at a bunch of them. Ammo is still for sale.
All right, let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at some Kel-Tecs. So G4C has the Kel-Tec SU16E. Don't shoot it a lot, but like as a low volume shooter, they're cool. They're really lightweight too.
That doesn't look like they did enough drugs designing it.
Well, just in case you were thinking like maybe they didn't do enough drugs, that receiver back is plastic. So
okay, there we go.
If it ever gets enough speed, you'll crack the receiver. So there's always that. So that's what they got. Frontier Firearms has Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1 mags for $50. You know, there's so many different like old-timey mags that are like super duper expensive. Enfield seem to be still very cheap.
Because we made 1 billion of them.
Indeed. S&J Hardware has the Eritas Beretta 1301 stuff. So they've got some hand guards that look really cool. They've got some detachable carriers, stock adapters. If you want to run that Magpul SGA on your Beretta 1301, those are really cool. I saw a bunch of 1301s at 3 Gun. I think that is like probably, if we didn't have the round restrictions in Canada that we do, that would be like, I think the 1301 would probably be the best choice. It's fast, it's soft, the recoil action's so good on it. And they got a bunch of other stuff for the 1301 as well. So I think that's pretty neat. Dominion Outdoors has the Norinco Type 81 LMG. So if you're looking for a big bad LMG-ish rifle with 5-round magazines, they have it for $1,500.
Fun.
And I think that's a pretty decent price. Delask is working on extended charging handles for the TM22. So they're going to be making a little bit bigger for those. There'll be a custom steel body and their oversized bolt. And I have some of these, not for the Tough 22 or the TM22, but just for the regular Ruger 1022. They are okay. The next one I want to show here is Northern Elite has the Burris Eliminator 5 laser scope, 5-20 by 50. This is the fancy. They are cool. So for anyone out there who doesn't know, this is the one that it puts a dot. So it lasers the target. and it puts a dot in the reticle where the bullet's going to drop.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Very cool.
So it tells you where to aim so that the bullet drops on target, which is pretty neat.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Looking at the picture there, does it come with its own mount?
It would have to, right? Because what the heck is that going on there?
You could not set that in a standard set of rings.
What if
From that
that's
picture,
no, that's
from-
the bottom. That's the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has to be. I have no idea. I've seen the
I'm just
other versions
curious.
of this.
Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen this one. Let's look it up right now. Urus Eliminator 5. What do you look like when you actually go on a gun? Yeah, it's definitely got a side thing. What?
oh, it's got a
Pick
built-in
rail
rail. It
on the
almost
bottom
looks
of it?
like
Oh,
it's like a
Yeah.
built-in Arca rail almost.
On their website, it
Oh,
looks like
oh,
pick rail.
look at that. Yeah. Huh.
Huh. Cool.
Very cool.
Good eye, Kyle. And then, and this is super interesting, super expensive, but super interesting. RDSC has the Templar Precision ACR G1 556 lower in Coyote.
Nice.
So this is not Armalite making these. This is Templar Precision, which is a US company. They make the lowers, they make the uppers, they make the barrel, they make everything that you can use for an ACR. So
Neat.
Cool.
if this ever comes to Canada, this will be a very Gucci option. It won't be a cheap option, but
What do you mean if it's
Seen the price on
RDSC and it's saying
ACRs.
in stock?
oh, I'm saying if as in like there's no uppers or anything like that. This is
Oh,
all
okay.
they have is just the lower.
Ah.
And all the other stuff on their website was coming soon in terms of like the uppers and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're not making ACRs anymore, are they?
No.
I got a buddy that
But
has
these guys
one,
are.
and He sent me the price on it, and I almost fell over. I'm like, why are you not selling it? Like, it's like it's made of gold.
Yeah, but if they start like if the aftermarket starts taking it up, maybe it'll be like the 180s, right?
Yeah.
Geez,
Yeah.
another Armalite product, right?
Neat.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I got to say about that.
And that's all you got to say about that?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's get into the main topic. Tonight, what we're going to be talking about shooting sports plans for 2023. Okay.
Mostly because we're all wearing jerseys, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can only do what's on your jersey, nothing else. Sorry. The
Really?
jersey is spoken.
I have a lot on the back, so
I was saying mine just has my nickname on the back, and that's it.
I just got hair, just lots of hair.
On your back?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's starting?
Adriel, why don't you start? What are you going to do? Yeah. What are you going to do for shooting this year?
3-gun.
You're good? You're going to concentrate on it?
I'm not going to concentrate on it. I'm just going to do only 3-gun because, well, let me preface this. I'm going to be at the range doing maple seeds more often, but that's not shooting. That'll be teaching. I don't think I'll shoot hardly any 22 this year. I'll primarily be shooting 3-gun firearms and 3-gun matches. And that's because
Solid
it's
plan.
going to get banned at some point. So I just kind of want to shoot as much as possible. I'm doing the proverbial fill your boots of the 3-gun.
Good plan.
Yeah.
I will. The boots will be very, very full. And that's it. So I'm going to be shooting the Battle of Alberta. I'm going to be shooting a bunch at Chaz. Sherwood Park's running a monthly 3-gun matches.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I could fill my boots local. I kind of want to go down to Milo and do one down there because CDTSA runs some matches out there. Unfortunately, they picked their 2-day match on the same weekend as Chaz's Battle of Alberta, and I just can't miss that one.
What about
But,
Prairie Fire? You going to go to
it-
that?
They
Hasn't
don't
been
do
around for
multiple.
years.
Yeah.
I was thinking that they were going to start it again this year, though.
Oh.
Last,
Maybe.
because the last couple have been COVID and they wouldn't do it. But maybe.
They've been the guys who did that winter brutality in BC in Prince George. They were talking about doing one in the summer.
Oh, cool.
So that's a possibility, depending my weekends are now half booked with maple seeds. So I only have a 50% shot of even attempting to go to that one. Yeah, that's it. If Rick comes through and he does some CRPSs or something like that out here, maybe I'll shoot that just to hang out and shoot that. But I won't do well, and it'll just be for fun.
Okay.
That's about it for me.
Any particular goals though with 3-gun this year, or is it just literally fill your boots?
It's literally I literally don't care what I do. Like if I get DQ'd in a match, I don't care. If I don't shoot I don't care. If my equipment doesn't run well and it jams and I shoot poorly because of it, I'll get a little bit cheesed off. But if like better shooters show up and beat me, I truly don't care at all. I'm not going to be doing a lot of dry fire. I'm not going to be trying to like improve my skills a lot because at this point, unless there's like a federal election and a changing of the guard, I just feel like my sport's just going to die. So I'm just trying to get as much into it as possible.
Yeah.
That makes
is that too like nihilistic of a viewpoint?
A little bit on the nihilistic side.
A little bit dark.
Yeah. Well, you did waste a decade and a bit putting all your time into your AR-15 manual of arms. So I can understand.
Yeah. But yeah. So I don't have any particular like. Unlike other years where I have particular like I want to do this or I want to learn this or I want to improve this skill, I don't really have those goals for this year. I just want to have fun with the guys and enjoy. Yeah, and do a bunch of maple seeds.
Yep. No, you have to have fun. Sometimes beating everybody is fun, but you have to have
winning
fun.
is always fun.
I haven't experienced that yet. My fun is limited to the middle of the pack. So,
well,
I'm happy not being last.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not last, I win. As far as I'm concerned.
One of the other like hot shooters at Chaz was out on Saturday there, and he beat me on 3 of the 4 stages. But on that 4th stage, he really shit the bed. So my like slow and steady, or like not
wins
slow and steady, but like my steady stage performance is what helped me there. But yeah, I truly don't care. I could lose every other match, and I don't really care as long as I'm out there having fun and shooting it with my kid and that kind of thing. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's the important thing too. Bring your kids out.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? I think you have picked up a new sport.
Yes.
And sounds like you're all in.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna keep doing my IPSC matches, like the usual two, possibly 3 a month. But this new rimfire stuff, precision stuff, has really like caught my interest. It's fun on its own, but it's just like it really is a great community, and I like the camaraderie of it, and I find that there's more. I don't know, there's more camaraderie during the actual match itself. IPSC's a little bit more. Everyone's kind of, once it starts, everybody's in their own zone and visualizing their stages and that whole thing. And which I do too, but it's like a little bit more, individual. So yeah, I'm going to try to do like at least 1 or 2 matches a month of that as well, like a CRPS matches and the ORPS ones. So yeah, I'm like, and my goals for it are just, I guess, doing better than finishing last. But I just want to get better a little bit at a time. Like keep getting, learning how to, shoot behind the scope and getting comfortable in the different positions. And I've been practicing too. So even in dry, like I do the dry fire at home, and I get into the prone, and then I have a chair, and I have what else do I have? I have a ladder, and I have acquiring some props or finding some
like
props.
Stage up in your
apartment. So I've been doing that and stuff, but I like.
They said just buying the hardware store. Oh, you working on your house? No,
No.
dry fire.
Oh, what's this sawhorse for? You gonna cut something? No.
Gonna shoot off.
Actually, I hate wood.
Yeah. Where does one find a tank trap, anyways?
We build it.
Just build
Yeah.
your own 4x4s. 2x2.
You go to Home Depot. Do you sell any tank traps?
What do you have that would work well on a T-34?
So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it, right? And just getting better a little bit at a time, and actually having a bolt that works. But the weather's going to help me in that department.
So, quick question:
Yes.
with your bolt, have you ever thought about keeping it warm and then?
I did. The first time I went out, I literally drove to the match with the bolt in my hoodie.
Well, I was just gonna say put it down your pants, but
I was thinking
well, like you're asking, like, hey, have you ever considered not shooting in the cold? Like,
no, I know.
And I did. So I kept it in my hoodie. I got there. I zeroed it, no problem. And then went to start the first stage, and then it didn't work.
Okay.
So
what kind of gun are you shooting?
it's a Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Oh, yeah, that figures. I shouldn't have even asked. I'm like, what's the most expensive 22 out?
So I bought a Ferrari, and it doesn't even leave the garage. So anyways.
Meanwhile, your $50 Chewy.
And then I was going to say all the Civics and Sentras and stuff are working fine, and I'm just watching them. So very well.
You know what? Same thing happens at service rifle matches. Well, not anymore, but it used to happen when guys would like bring out their $5,000 H&Ks, and you're like, "Yep, not going to work. Nope, didn't work."
Well, I learned the hard way.
Still a beautiful gun. What about
it looks great.
Nice
It just doesn't go bang, which is kind of a important step.
it's kind of like an essential part of it. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's a fair weather. It's a fair weather shooting gun.
Yeah.
It's that high end that
It's a 3-season gun.
Maybe just ream-out that firing pin pocket a little more, and you'd be good.
But I mean, there's other people shooting Voodoos, and they seem to be working. So I guess I just got the one that doesn't like the cold. So
how freely does that firing pin sit in there in your bolt? Does it rattle really nicely in there?
Doesn't seem.
There has to be if other people are shooting Voodoos and they work just fine. There has to be something that's the cause. So if the firing pin, I assume the failure to fire is it hammer fired, striker fired?
I'm thinking
something in the firing pin or something in that mechanism is draining the power out of it and keeping it from hitting the primer. Now, if that firing pin is maybe like got a burr on it or something like that, maybe something's like holding it up in the cold and it just like doesn't want to move.
It's definitely cold related because every warm day it seems to work fine. So
could even be the firing pin's a little high on the tolerances, the bolt is a little low on the tolerances.
I adjusted the pin before this match. So sorry.
I was just wondering what spring was that you were changing. I can't remember.
The firing pin spring. I wish I had it with me to show you, but they sent me. I wrote to Voodoo. They sent me the heavier one. I put it in after the match, so I guess I should have done it. Yeah.
You're not greasing the firing pin. Stupid question, but
no, it's dry.
Oh, okay, good.
And the weather's warming up, so you won't be able to test the new.
No,
just bring a hairdryer.
It's gonna work now. It's gonna work now, thanks to Mother Nature. But
okay, what about so that's your CRPS or PS? Do you have a goal also with the IPSC, or you're going to divide your time between the two? Correct.
I'm going to divide my time between the two. My goal with both is just to get a little bit better every time, but. Okay. I mean, IPSC, I'm kind of like just plateaued at the middle. So
you're going to have very busy. You're busy. You're going to be shooting almost every weekend.
But I like it though. Because when there's something, not yet. When there's not a match, I feel like I'm missing something. So I really do enjoy going. So
nice.
You have FOMO.
FOMO.
I have FOMO. I'm jealous of all the matches that Mo gets to go to.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Okay. What about you, Dave? What's your goals for this year? What are you going to work on?
I'm going to actually shoot a bit this year because I haven't really shot at all in the last 3 years. There was stupid COVID, and then there was working matches rather than shooting them last year. So this year, East Gray has 3-gun matches and multi-gun matches. So I am going to get my ass up there and shoot some of those. And I want to shoot at least one CQC match this year with the ORA, and I want to shoot a service rifle match just to make sure at least I get to shoot some of those before it is perhaps not a thing anymore. Yeah. So I got to find some ammo, stock up a wee bit, and get my guns out and shoot.
You and Adriel.
Yeah, I don't even care as long as I'm safe. That's all I care. And I gotta get in on a maple seed because I want to do a maple seed with my Tavor.
Okay. Tell them to have it at the East Gray. We'll come back up again.
Okay.
We'll get Greg May out and have fun old time.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So what about, do you have specific goals other than, I've been asking if people have goals with it, but
not other than myself, not shoot anybody else, and
goal.
Get some ammo downrange. That's it. Like, I generally don't care in a match, like literally as long as I'm safe doing it. I do not shoot enough to be really fast on things like my draw. I don't do much drive fire. I don't do a lot of practice. I'm a great example that it is super easy to be mediocre. Like, mediocrity is so easy. So easy. So as long as I'm not middle, as long as I'm kind of middle of the pack, honestly, I'm happy with that because I don't do the work to not be middle of the pack. I do enough work that and I've been shooting long enough that I'm not bottom of the pack anymore. So as long as I'm middle of the pack, and if I have stoppages, I just want it to be nice and smooth getting rid of them, which the Tavor is going to be a problem because my manual arms of that Tavor is terrible. My mag changes are like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, and I'm like normally 2, 3 with an AR. So I'm really bad with the Tavor. Yeah, and it's a Gen 2, so it doesn't even have the nice AR style mag release. The mag release is back in your armpit, so you have to kind of hit the mag release and pull the mag out because it won't fall, and then jam another mag in there and drop the bolt. So I have to sit and actually practice. So I've got to make some time to just sit in my basement for a couple hours and just run that through my head until it's just muscle memory doing. Well, not muscle memory, but I know what I'm doing and I don't have to think about it. Because with the AR, I mean, whatever, I get a stoppage. Anything other than taking the rifle apart, I just fix it and I'm done. So I've got to get through the Tavor what my manual arms is and how I'm going to handle stoppages and get my reloads down. I won't be able to reload as fast as an AR because the gun's just not designed for that. But I'm hoping I can get her 3 seconds, 4 seconds, maybe 4 seconds would be good. So we'll see. So yeah, get out and like Adriel, just shoot the guns, have some fun, hang out with cool people, and that's it.
Okay, Kyle.
Well, now that I'm not going to Worlds, I got a few I want to do. I want to do the USPSA Multi-Gun Nationals in July. And there is Rocky Mountain Multi-Gun in, I believe, August. Although, actually, I think that one might be full. Yeah. But that one's in New Mexico, so I kind of want to go to that one. But trying to make it to Texas Multi-Gun next month, but I don't know if that'll work out. As far as goals, shoot more than the last couple of years. There's monthly USPSA pistol matches. There's one in Carlsbad as well as Roswell. So within an hour, I got 2 level 1 matches a month that I could go to that are cheap. Like they're $20 entry fee.
Oh yeah, get them all in.
That's great.
So nice. I barely shot the last 2 years, so I'm just looking forward to actually shooting year round.
Yeah, nice.
Performance-wise, I don't know if it's realistic, but I was a little disappointed with Superstition because I actually dropped percentage, and like Superstition is usually my first match of the year. I hadn't shot since the team match, and I dropped 6% this time from not last year. Since the last time I had a match there where all my guns ran. So I'd like to be like 75%. I think that would be cool if I could get up to like 75%. That would be from Superstition a 15% increase. So with some after a few of the stages, I think it's absolutely possible if I just put some time in and get some match experience and just get that practice going again.
You'll get there if you shoot those local USPSA matches. There's probably some hot shit shooters in your area though. Like gun culture in the US is just insane. So I bet, and that's going to be.
I'm not looking to go to these little local matches and winning it. It's not like Northern Alberta, so.
But that's a great thing, because being a big fish in a small pond is hard. You don't know where you need to improve, and it could just be like, man, no, I think it's fine. When really it's like, nah, you're slow as hell, and you need to improve in all these ways. And like having a hot shit shooter in your area, which is high likelihood, you're gonna get like really good exposure to like what really great shooters do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
You get better competing with better people.
I absolutely agree with that 100%. So yeah, that's basically my goals, is just to get back to what I was doing 3-4 years ago with constant practice and matches all the time. But maybe not going as crazy with the matches, but just getting out, shooting, training, doing real training. So
well, I mean, if they're local and they're cheap, like why not?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
Kelly,
What are my goals? What am I going to do for this year? For 2023, I'm going to shoot some IPSC matches.
nice.
Maybe go out to Thursday night, practice with the guys now that Thursday nights are freed up.
Good.
I forgot all about that.
Mhm. Damn it. You can go out tomorrow night, can't
Yes.
you?
I don't think they're running. I don't
Work
think they're
hard.
running them just yet. But as soon as those Thursday nights start, I'm going to them.
Okay.
Good.
So, gonna be a little bit more active with. Okay, so specifically to guns, I'm gonna shoot more IPSC, at least with shooting for myself. So I'm gonna be at the ranges almost every weekend, doing either Maple Seed or ladies events. But Thursday night, at least, I'm gonna be shooting for myself. And same thing with Wednesday nights too. Just go out, and my goal is to get back up to where I was with Skeet as well. I was
Nice.
able to clear 21, 22. Haven't maybe my goal this year will be to do 25, but
Nice.
yeah,
Cool.
but do it consistently.
Nice.
I'd like to be able to do that too. So take some time for myself in shooting.
Yeah.
You
That's
put them in
my
a
goal.
stack.
Instead of
Yay.
taking everybody or teaching everyone else shooting, take some time to shoot for yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay. Good for you, Kelly.
Good
And
for
still go to the range on the weekends. So also I've been doing a lot more for our local range too. So I like that too.
How many of you guys are going to do National Range Day?
Yep.
For it?
I'm going to be going up to the national capital.
I
We're
will
not having-
do my own version of it. Sorry, Kelly.
But no, I think that you guys should do it down in the US too and spread the word about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that every day down there though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
No bouncy castles this year, by the way, in Ottawa.
No.
But it'll still be a ton of fun.
No bouncy castles.
I'd
No
say the
bouncy
bouncy castle's probably
Yeah, bouncy castles are banned, haven't they?
distracted from the shooting.
Well, it was for the kids. The kids came out and shot, but they also got to have cotton candy and popcorn and got to play on bouncy castles.
No, I think if you show up near Ottawa with bouncy castles now, they freeze your bank account, don't they?
Yeah. That or
Way
a
that
hot tub.
works. Yeah. Very, very frightening.
Russ wants to know what are you going to do with your one day off, Kelly?
have a day off.
He says you're going to have one
He
day
says
that
you
you
do.
have day off. Yeah.
I have a day off.
It's your sick day.
I have a day off. What day is that, Russ? What day is that? Thursday. Is he saying Thursday? I think because not.
No, he's just joking that you're going to have one day for the whole year. That's not.
Oh, one day for the whole year.
Mhm.
Kelly's just going to go cry now. Thanks, Russ.
Brad says
Imagine
he's
if I
organizing this
didn't have
year's.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Brad says he's organizing this year's National Range Day for his club. Has no idea what he's doing, and it's like 2 months away.
You know what you do, Brad, is you get a bunch of other people to give you a hand. You get them all to bring their guns. You get them to bring ammo, and then or you buy ammo, and then you get a bunch of people lining up, and then you take their money if you're charging, and then you sign them in, and then you line them up behind the guns they want to shoot, and then they shoot the guns, and then they go home happy.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, try to assign people. Your job is the handgun range. I want you to figure out how many handguns you're bringing. I want it all to be 9mm or 22 because that's what I'm providing. And then you go to your range and you say, hey guys, we're going to do this range day. I need some money for 9mm, 22, 12 gauge, and 223. And then you go, hey guys, bring some stuff, and you're in charge of this, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of this, and then you sit back and take the tickets. Figure out how you're going to ticket people, how they're going to like show proof of purchase when they go to the different bays. But that's it.
Yeah,
doesn't have to
make
be
sure you have lots of help. Don't do everything yourself because you're insane.
So go and even put out an open house sign on the highway like Jen Gadbois did, and people just drove in because they thought it was an open house, and then they came.
I was there for that.
They're looking for a show home, and there's just
this isn't an open house.
That'd be the nicest surprise. That'd be the best surprise I ever had. Be like, oh my god, look what happened.
People had a ton of fun that didn't even know about it. They just stopped by because it was an open house. Do it. That's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some emails. Mo, why don't you read this for us?
Oh, 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. You guys don't go 5 minutes without talking about maple seed. Keep it up. I went to my first one this weekend in Kamloops and had a lot of fun. I might not have if Slamfire didn't remind me to check for events. Travis.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great.
So BC is hosting or holding their events already this year. They've caught up to Ontario. We're waiting on Alberta to catch up.
Oh, that Alberta.
They're slow starters.
They are, aren't they? Adriel,
do we have events I got?
Yeah.
Go to mapleseedrifleman.com. Check out the events. See how many are scheduled for Alberta versus the other provinces.
I'll be also having events after you as well.
I'm in a colder environment. I've got limitations. Yes, indeed.
Ours was -20 ish. It warmed up in the afternoon. Okay, YouTube.
There's one on June 17th for Blue Mountains.
There is one on.
That is just down the road from my house.
Yeah. So this year I plan to let you know about the event first. Also, I plan to not just message you and drive by. I'll stop, or you can come see us.
I can come see you because that is like 10 minutes from my work anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely let's get together.
Okay.
That's good.
And we should probably talk about this not live on air. So
yeah.
All right. Well,
What do you
me later?
What do you need to discuss off air?
no, like Adriel, did we give you enough time to go and look at the YouTube comments?
Oh yeah, I'm up. I got them up.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if Kyle's going to do them, but I got them up. Were you
Yeah,
going
I
to do
got
them,
them
Kyle?
up too. So
You read them then.
okay. So we got a couple comments from episode 495, the sporting rifle competition episode, from Red Leaf Rimfire. Thank you, Slamfire Radio, for your support of sporting rifle. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk about this sport. It was great to talk again, Kelly and Adriel, and fantastic to finally meet you, Mo. Thank you, folks, for everything. And then RJM writes, Jay, keep spreading the word. 2022 Nationals was the most fun I had at a match. Sporting rifle is the ideal, friendly, capital F, competition, small c, team tricolor forever. There's a reply from Redleaf. And then we have Wilfred on episode 498 saying, Adriel, I don't need more hair. 2023.
It's true.
Yeah.
Got it on my back. I don't want any more back there.
Oh, and I did listen to last week's episode. Sangudo is just northwest of Edmonton.
It's so close. Yeah, I've driven through it. Like someone mentioned afterwards, like, Adriel, it's so close. You don't know where that is.
You probably drive by it.
Yeah, I've driven through it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
But that's the YouTube comments.
That's you.
Surprised there's no Kursan testing comments.
Disappointing. Rather disappointing. Yeah.
A rare
Mhm.
week.
Yes.
Okay. Any comments that we need to mention on Facebook or anything?
Dustin was saying he's going to be planning some LGBT representation at our local range, which is very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Sian was saying no bouncy castles and don't you dare honk. And I think we got some of the other ones. William was saying he really misses CQB. Yeah, it has. Have any ranges been doing CQB recently?
Not really.
So we're waiting on dates for Borden in Ontario from the CFO, but they're not doing it in Quebec right now. So.
Between losing the ARs and COVID, like it really took the wind out of the sails of it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Same with service rifle. Everybody used ARs. So, but
Brad says he's going to be on track for 25 matches this year.
Nice.
Pretty impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amazing.
It's a lot of rim fire. Yeah. Randy was saying he got his CR Speed belt in the mail as well as some CCFR swag. Signed up for an IPSC course in April in Nova Scotia.
It was
Great.
banner week for him. It was good.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Carolyn was saying we need more women's events. Need more in Ontario. Yes. Definitely more in Ontario. We could get all the women signed up for guns here in Alberta, and it still wouldn't make a difference on the national voting stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more events around the GTA. So we're working on that. Carolyn, there's some events happening. East Elgin, Guelph is having one. So check that out. I know that's near you. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cabela's. Hey, are you guys needing anything from Cabela's? If you are, go on to it's not our Facebook. Go on to our website and click on the Cabela's link and go shopping at Cabela's, because what that does is it gives us a little bit of cash for your shopping. And not only that, when you do shop, what it does is it'll tell us what you're buying, and then once a month or so we're going to talk about it here on the show. Sometimes we make fun of you, sometimes we think that's a really good idea to go and buy that. So
And then we make fun of you.
You
Right.
just never know.
Or we make fun of you and then you describe on air why you bought it, and it's a good idea, and
Correct.
And then make us look like fools.
So,
AKA
yeah.
me,
yes.
the last time we did this.
Yeah, it's a great way to support the show. It's a great way for you to get some stuff, and it's a great way to add some, conversation here on the show. So thank you. Also, go on over to Utreon or Patreon to support us as well if you'd like to do that. Utreon, people were asking whether it should be in Patreon or Utreon. We say both would be great. But
Utreon's better.
Utreon, we do get a little better kickback. Is it a kickback?
And-
Better
Yeah,
rate.
it's easier for us to
Right.
post content there too.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go on over there, do that. We'd appreciate it as well. Helps us. Oh, by the way, Adriel, there's an email. We got to renew our subscription by the So
Okay.
speaking of which, it'll support the show. If you also want to send us an email, go over to Slamfire Radio or send us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear about it, read it. And yeah, as I said, if you got events or if you want to tell us that we talk too much about Maple Seed, which we do, we'd love to hear about it. Shout outs or recommendations. Adriel, do you have any?
Yes. Shout out to Tristan, Jen, all the 3-gun people who did a great job at last week's match. A lot of our matches are like kind of planned haphazardly, and some of the stages are not designed well. But this last match, I thought it flowed really well, and we were done on time, which is like something that's exceedingly difficult for us, especially on a day when we've got all that snow on the ground. So great job there. For recommendations, I recommend Brandon Herrera's 50 BMG pistol video because it's amazing. So go on YouTube and check out Brandon Herrera's 50 cal pistol video with a
Awesome.
chainsaw grip.
Chainsaw.
Nice.
Okay. How about you, Dave? I see you on there.
Oh, I deleted everything.
Oh, so
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who stopped by the ORA booth at the Toronto Sportsman Show on Thursday and Friday and said hi. And thanks to Chris Chris just commented, actually, come to the ORA sporting rifle matches because Chris will be our match organizer for those this year up.
Really?
And they
Awesome.
are a freaking blast. And Chris is a great guy. So it was nice to see Chris on Friday as well when he came by the booth.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get to see Chris this year as well sometime. It'll be good to see him. So, okay. Kyle, you got a shout out?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Richard and the rest of the massive crew at Superstition Mountain for another amazing match. Thank you to all the sponsors who pitch in for that. It's a massive list, so I'm afraid of missing people, but thank you to all the sponsors who donate in whatever way. They even get like Mesa Police Force sponsored this year.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
So
That's cool.
So yeah, like they do really good in that department, and they put on a great match. And then final shout out to my squad mates, we'll call it Team Canada, Craig, Chris, Sam, Josh. It was great to see them down at this match and shooting with them, and hopefully we get to do it again. So yeah,
You guys won the whole thing, right? Swept it.
oh, of course.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I expect.
No. Oh, I have a gripe. I can't believe I forgot about this. This is going to be, I know Kelly hates this. It's a derail, but it's kind of like a public service announcement. Right. It was on our actually last stage of the match. And they had so they were doing a preload. So it's a 400 person match. Trying to get people through. That person would go up and shoot. Shooter on deck would go up, preload your guns.
Okay.
Well, I was going and videoing Craig up on the pistol part, which happened to be beyond the 180, or like down, we'll call it downrange of the 180 of the preload section. It was a really interesting setup, and all weekend didn't think anything of it until Craig turned and ran. I turned around, and then I heard a bang, which I was less than 5 feet downrange of the load and make ready guy firing one into the berm.
Oh,
Oops.
And so it got handled, but I had a really big gripe, and I asked the RO, like, hey, just a question, like, should we not be waiting for us to clear the pistol area section of this stage before preloading? I mean, it's not like it's not costing you anything. We still have to run up the hill and shoot the long range section. And you gotta remember, this is a match where you can't pull a holstered pistol out of your bag outside of a safety area, or you will get DQ'd. You can't unbag your guns and put them in your cart at your car. You have to be any handling has to be at a safe table. And I mentioned it to the RO, and oh yeah, technically we're past the 180, but as long as you're not dicking around, and are you kidding me? Like, I could go over to my bag right now, pull my holstered pistol out, be as safe as ever, but you're gonna DQ me. But yeah, so it just, yeah, that was not great, but it did end up getting rectified because I was talking with Sam, and Sam, being Sam, he ended up taking it higher. I was gonna wait and write an email afterwards, but Sam got to talking to people, and it got rectified fairly quickly.
good.
It's good.
But,
Good. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
just-
you spot something that's not safe, should be fixed.
yeah, it was just
Stuff happens.
what threw me was the attitude when I brought it up to the RO when the rest of the match, like, it is a very strict safety rule match, and no issue. Okay, you're very strict on the safety stuff, except for when it's inconvenient. But no, they're good. It was just a sidebar gripe. Sorry.
That's okay. You're allowed to grape. So I do have a shout out, or it's a recommendation. Go on over to on Wednesday nights, 8:00, Rimfire podcast. They're on at the same time we are. However, that being said,
Two screens, like a headphone.
Yeah.
One ear is us,
one
one
ear
ear is them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guns.
so I
Um,
did have the podcast on while we were having our podcast. Keith Cunningham and Linda Miller are on the podcast tonight. So go and check it out
nice.
because there are some pretty fantastic people talking about the new books as well.
We had him on
So
first. Doesn't count.
this is correct. We did have them on first. So that was important. Okay. So that's it for that. Let's sign off. Go over to Gunners of Canada. Check that out. Like us on Facebook. Give us a review on Facebook. Give us a review on everything. Watch us on YouTube, Utreon. Give us a comment. Give us a comment because we'll read that as well. And Dave Cracky, I'm going to come in and hit you. Stop that. Join the CCFR. Go and donate to them.
So it seemed like you were wandering there. I was just trying to get you back on track.
Join the CCFR. Go and donate to them because next month.
Ooh.
And then we'll see you next week. Oh, see you next week because guess what?
Episode 500.
500.
500. Monster
500.
trucks.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.